Hi, my name is Mlingo. I'm within Supply Chain Management. I'm the facilitator for Enterprise Development Program. What I do for the Enterprise Development Program is I facilitate the smooth running of the program. Inter alia, what we do is we get the EDs to send the proposals. We don't necessarily advertise in media because our funding is not that much, so it's by way of mouth. So when we get the proposals, we sit as a panel once a year. We go through the proposals and then we look at the ones that meet our requirements, and then they go to the second stage, which is the presentation stage. And then once they make it on the presentation, and then we do award the funding. The funding is a free grant. They do not have to pay it back. What we require from the successful beneficiaries is they have to report on a quarterly basis and mainly to use their money for what they intended it to be used for. So far, we've had the program running for the past 3 years. That is 2013-14, 14-15, and 15-16. We have funded around 33 beneficiaries. Up and above the word of mouth, we also do road shows, especially where AXA is doing business, like in the provinces where AXA is doing business. But everybody is welcome to apply, and they don't necessarily have to be doing aviation business, and they don't have to be on the database, or they don't have to be suppliers of AXA. Anyone who has a business idea or anyone who is already running a business, they are welcome to apply. The successes that we've had to date is we've taken our EDs to the Smart Procurement Expo, where some of them have been able to translate their leads into business. What we also do for them is to give non-financial support in terms of mentoring, creating networking sessions with them. Unlike other companies, AXA's vision is to empower everybody as long as they show potential, especially to be able to create employment amongst women and youth. To date, AXA has invested millions of rands in the past 3 years that the program has been running, and we are hoping that it will be able to invest even more based on the successes of the EDs that we are having. Moving forward, we want to assist even more than we are. Currently, on average, we've been able to assist 10 a year, which makes it around about 33. So if we're having more funds, we'll be able to assist more. And the biggest challenge that we are having is because AXA is more based, or the corporate office, the head office is more based in Gauteng. We are finding ourselves helping Gauteng-based EDs and not on a national basis. So we are hoping that we will be able to go on more roadshows, or people will get to know about us, and then we'll be able to help other communities in especially rural areas. AXA is not looking for a perfect business plan or people who are already made. An idea or just a small company just starting out, as long as they can demonstrate that they are willing and determined to make it happen. Those are the kind of people that we fund. They must also demonstrate that they will be able to create employment and they are dedicated to that vision. AXA is always open to assist them in other non-financial support up and above the funding that they would have received, so that they can be able to grow even bigger. The ED function is a very involved function because the EDs are looking up to me as the facilitator of the program to be able to be helping them on an almost daily basis. Research and development has to be done all the time. I have to be looking out for whatever or what is going on in the market in terms of expos, conferences, other companies offering assistance which my EDs might be looking for. So in that way, I have to be always communicating with them what is it that they can be doing up and above what AXA is doing for them. As a business, as AXA, we are not forbidding our EDs from getting assistance from any other company which might be wanting to grow them. The more they get assistance from outside, the better for everybody concerned. Our philosophy as an organization is not to feed the culture of entitlement, but to assist the EDs in doing it for themselves. What we encourage them to do is not to look only at us, and the EDs who can also be able to be on our supplier database, we also migrate them to our supplier database, but we also encourage them to be looking at other companies other than AXA, because we are not the only player in the market. Small enterprises have the potential to make it big, provided they've got long-term vision and they do look after their monies. They don't get excited and buy cars and do with the monies what they didn't intend to do with. They've got the potential to be just as big as the mainstream companies. We as AXA are willing and prepared to give them all the support that they require, provided that they work within the confines of their proposals, that they do exactly as they set out to do, that as per the requirements of the funding, they provide us with quarterly reports. Small businesses should look at themselves as not just puzzle shops or just small business, but they should look at themselves as growing businesses, and they should focus on their internal controls, focus on their cash flows, and they should also focus on their governance issues. All businesses started small. Before they were big, they were small, so our small businesses can also achieve those heights. Black Like Me was also small. He's now big. Nando's, Macros, the Edcons, they were also in the same boat as the small businesses. So if they could do it, our current small business can. Plus they even have more support than when those Edcons were started. So the sky's the limit.